Alright, we're looking at some Python programming. This is my website, and of course where all the videos are kept. We're still talking about the while and the if statement, the assignment operator. Um, in this particular one here, let's see, actually this is part B. We're finishing up on tutorial we did in the previous one, where we're given some random data here, and then we count the frequency. I just got it shortened here, FREQ. The frequency, for example, of how many times does 1 appear in the data set. And of course you can see here it appears 2 times. And then what we're going to do is take, for example, this frequency and divide it by the number of data points. And we're going to display this here as a percentage. And then multiply by 100 to move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and then display the percentage sign. Okay. Alright. I did this video just a little while ago and went back to play it, and I didn't, for some reason, pick up the audio, and it's very disturbing when that happens. So I'm redoing it once again. Now we had some issues here. I noticed with the white space, they call it. Make sure that what you want to do is place your cursor, okay, right here at the end of the while statement, and then hit enter. Okay, hit enter, and that's where your next line should appear. All right. So something very useful is you come over here and take a look at this. The cursor is in column 4, so this is extremely useful. So you'll want to make sure that all the rest of your lines here are in column, for example, in column 4, at least mine are. Alright. Now, we typed in the if statement here, and once again we hit enter, okay, and that's where your next line should be typed. So this is going to be kind of a challenge for you if you haven't messed with Python for very long, and that is to straighten up your code in the previous video. So you want it to look just like this. Okay. And of course I went ahead and because I had to run this to make sure everything was working, I went ahead and typed in the rest of these lines here, which I think we had just gotten this line typed, and that was it. Alright, so normally I would type all this stuff out, but I'm not doing it, not in this video. But as you can see here, so our data here, so we went ahead and listed, so these are all the different types of, or these are all the different integers 1 through 5 that are listed in our data, right? And so we're going to write 1, so we're going to have a row with 1, then we're going to tab over, and then of course ints of 1, this is the number of times that 1 has occurred. So every time we loop through this, right, if this n here happen, so let's say that it's been assigned 1 here and it goes through. So if n is equal to 1, what we're going to do here is we're going to count that. Right, that's what this assignment operator here is going to do. We start off with ints of 1 as 0. Up in here where we declared, right, we started off with ints of 1 through ints of 5 was all equal to 0. Okay, so let's say that 1 happens to occur in the first loop. Okay, so ints of 1 is 0 plus 1 is 1. So now ints of 1 is 1. Right, and then of course every time we run this loop again, we so let's say 1 happened to occur. Let's say that the random integer was 1 again, let's say, and so then we go, well, if n is equal to 1, and it is, that means this is true, then what we're going to do is add 1 on to ints of 1. So ints of 1 is 1 already, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so we know that now. So the new ints of 1 is now 2. Okay, and it goes down through here and counts all of them that happen to occur. And then at the very end, what we'll want to do is print off how many times did 1 occur, how many times did 2 occur, 3 occur, 4 occur, and 5 occur. And of course over here, now remember we're concatenating this, right, with a string, okay, which means we'll need to turn this integer here into a string. Actually, I think this would end up being a float probably, but we're gonna, well, no, maybe it's, yeah, I think it is a float, but I don't know, we'll find out here in a minute. And then we'll turn this into a string, and by doing that, right, we want to put parentheses around all of this. Okay, so this was ints of 1 divided by the number of data points, which was k. That's something that we give it when we input it, ask for in the very beginning, how many data points do you want to print off, and then to take that the number of times that 1 occurs divided by the number of data points, and of course we want this as a percentage, so we'll need to multiply it by 100. Let's go ahead and just run this and see what we got going on here. Okay, so we'll need to resize the window, bring it up to here. Oh man, it's very annoying. Resize the window. Okay, so how many data points? Let's say 15, for example. Alright. Okay, so the first data point, the random number between 1 and 5, including 1 and 5, we'd call that inclusive, is a 4, and then you get a 4 again, 2, 4, 1, da 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 da, all the way down through here. Alright, as you can see. So let's go through here and count this. How many times does 4 occur? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's look in here. So 4, okay, 4 occurs 7 times, and of course that's going to be 46% of the time, 46% of the time, and of course this is out of 15, remember. Now we'll want to either round this, or either round this up, down, or whatever, or maybe round it to 1 decimal place or 2 decimal places. I don't know, we'll do that later. Okay, I think we did some rounding in some previous tutorials. We haven't really got into all the different types of rounding, but we did do some floats, I think some decimals or something. Anyway, okay, so this total percentage here should add up to 100. When you add up all the percentages here, they should add up to 100. And of course we could actually do that also by adding all them together, put that somewhere in the program. Alright, let's go back to the program here. Alright, so we looked at the numbers between 1 and 5. I mean, let's say we wanted to go between 1 and 100, for example. 1 and 100. Well, we wouldn't want to do if statements, 100 if statements. That would not be very efficient use of our time. And the same thing here, we wouldn't want to do 100 print statements here. So what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to show you how to shorten this to just 1 print statement, and of course we'll have to do a loop. We're going to be doing a loop here also. We'll loop through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll have to be doing a loop. And then the same thing on this here. We're going to shorten all this down to 1 if statement, but we'll have to go through and do a loop to check if it is 1, right, or to check if it is 2, or if it is 3, or if it is 4, or if it is 5, and so forth. So we'll show you how to do that. But I think what we're going to first do is probably do a loop just for this. I don't know, maybe we'll actually do a loop for both of these instead of making that 2 different videos. We'll just do 1. Hopefully you can hang in there. Alright, so it's going to be fun, and I'll see you in the next video. So we're over here at Python for programming with, yes, that's me. Alright, see you in the next video.